It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Braemar Highland Gathering, and we hope you enjoy your stay here, and I hope you'll come back again.
People do come back to Braemar, Scotland each year for the Highland Games, and a lot of it has to do with the atmosphere, the pipes, the dancing, the events. It's a place where tradition runs deep, where a father can race his own son in a sprint for glory. On the first Saturday of every September, the Highland Games are staged at the Braemar Gathering. It's been that way since 1817. Today, there are over 40 annual meetings in Scotland, as well as large gatherings throughout the world, including Canada and the United States. The games themselves are conducted much like a track meet, with a total of 22 speed, strength, and distance events. Each participant competes as part of a team or for individual honors. While the pipe bands and dancing attract a large following, most bands show up to see the heavy events. Similar to track and field shot put, discus, and hammer throw, the Highland Games heavy events are a true and unique test of strength.
This one, we affectionately know it as a Widowmaker. That's because it's heavy and very cumbersome to throw. The overall length of it is 18 inches, and we throw this in the style similar to throwing the discus, with usually 2 turns and then a release. The other weight for distance is a 28-pound weight for distance, or 2 stones, and it's thrown in the same manner with a circular motion, usually 1 or 2 turns, and you can get more velocity with the 28-pound and consequently a lot more distance. It's believed that it originated in the foundries and such, and that people working in the foundry would attempt to throw these things where they were making for agricultural purposes or for other ballasts or such like that, and out of that originated the competition of who could throw the furthest.
100 years ago, the entertainment was mostly live entertainment. They didn't have radio and television, so people would pay a pittance for these traveling guys who would go from town to town and have strongmen acts, and they would throw a hammer. And they found out that if you took the hammer head and you made it round instead of shaped like a hammer head, it was more aerodynamic and it would go a little further. Every stone, in order to throw it, you have to sort of learn about its personality. And this one's just about as round as you can get, but it'll have little handles and stuff that you have to know about in order to throw the stone. So wherever you go, you're looking for stones to practice with and to play. And some games have big stones and some have small stones. So you're always on the lookout when you're at a river, you're at a picnic, you're at somebody's house where they've got good landscaping.
There are a lot of stories about how caber tossing originated. Some of the stories are farmers clearing land. My personal favorite was in times of war on castles, taking a caber that would still have little bits of branches sticking out on the caber, stand the caber up, run it up toward the castle, flip it up so the heavy end hit down at the base of the castle, and the tip would go up to the top of the castle, scale that caber, and enter the castle that way.
I got to throw caber in front of the Queen this year, and that's kind of special. It was the Braemar caber, and as you go around the world, the different Scots regard Braemar. It's kind of like the World Series, even though it's not a world championship. It's a famous games. I got to throw the Braemar caber.
With members of the royal family in attendance to traditionally present the awards, the world-famous Braemar gathering comes to a close. And beneath the heather-clad hills, the pipes play on as an invitation to return next year for another spectacular Highland Games.
Well, it's just continuing the tradition, isn't it? In Scottish Games, it's just, this is the best.